guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about sleep training Hailey and kind of what we did there. So let's jump right into it. So if you guys watched my update with Hailey, you'd know that we did do some sleep training with her. We actually hired a sleep consultant for Hailey. When we had our son, Jacob wasn't really a fantastic sleeper either, and he still can wake up like once or twice a night. He's actually getting better and better, but he wasn't a very good one when we first started. And we did our own kind of method with him, and we tried a ton of different things, and we just never really thought to hire a sleep consultant with Jacob, because he wasn't really to the point where I felt like, I need sleep. And you know what? A little bit of the reason I hired a sleep consultant with Hailey might have been because I have all this built up no sleep from having my first kid, but Hailey started off as a really, really fantastic sleeper. She would sleep, give me 6, 8, hour stretches. Was really, really great, and I was like, yes, hallelujah, I had a good sleeper, thank you, oh my goodness, it feels so nice to have a kid who sleeps through the night. And I don't know, it just progressively got worse. We have a few different little issues with Hailey. She had a little tongue-tie issue, and she had a little bit of reflux, I think, like silent reflux, because when she was born, she would gag and then kind of choke, and so she sleeps on her side, or slept on her side when she was a baby. That caused issues with sleep. She also has gas issues because of the silent reflux. So there was just a lot of variables there that were just causing her to go from really good sleep to progressively getting worse. And so eventually what was happening is she was waking every 45 minutes, and the only way I could get her to go back to sleep was to nurse her. Her naps were awful. She would hardly nap. And this was only for a 2-week period that it was really, really bad, but it got to the point where I said to my husband, this is it, I'm done, we need to hire somebody, I'm done. And so in the middle of the night, and he was totally on board. So then in the middle of the night one night, I was Googling to try to find a sleep consultant, and I found one that does over the phone sleep consulting. So I called her and I had a little 15-minute consultation with her about kind of what we were doing with Hailey at the time and what we expected to see and kind of what she was able to do for us. And so we scheduled our actual consultation with her, our actual to get all the sleep information and all that sort of stuff, and kind of went from there. So I'm going to just share a little bit of what she actually did for us. One thing that I really loved about her is when we called for that little 15-minute consultation, I was talking to her and she was asking me kind of what kind of baby Hailey was. And I had seen, different lactation consultants, I had seen health nurses, I had seen doctors for a multitude of things, for Hailey's gas, for her reflux, for her tongue-tie, and, she had a little tiny tongue-tie, so they're not really going to do anything about it. And she had just, this small amount of reflux, so they're not really going to do anything about it. You could put them on medication, but she wasn't severe enough that they would put her on medication, and things like that. And so people were telling me that, maybe she's just a fussy baby. That might just be how she is. She might just be fussy. And my sleep consultant right away, as soon as I said that, was like, no. No, she's not fussy. We don't want to label her as that. We just need to find what works for her. And I loved that because everybody around me was telling me that I had this kid that was just fussy. And you know what? She can be a very fussy baby. She is more needy. She can be more crusty. That's just her personality. So partly that's true. But the sleep consulting really did help her become a lot happier, a lot more relaxed, because she's getting the sleep that she needs. And she was, it helped a multitude of things. It helped with her gas. And it helped with the nursing issues that we were having. And so because of those things, and because she was getting solid sleep at night, she was just in turn happier, right? So that's been really, really nice. And so basically what we did is, the first night, well, you do this every night, but the very first start to it was you just do your regular routine with them leading up to bedtime. So for us, we do supper and a little bit of playtime, and then we'll have a bath and a bottle, and then we do lotion and PJs and all that sort of stuff. Then when you go into the room, now this is the time when the sleep training starts. As soon as you're in their room. So we have a dim light on for her. We go in, we, sit in our rocker and I read her The Very Cranky Bear. You read the same book every night. So I read her that, and then I say a little prayer with her, and then I turn off the light, I turn on her sound machine, and I sing her You Are My Sunshine. I give her a kiss, I lay her in her crib, I step back from her crib, and I say a command. So the command that we say, and that can be modified for whatever you want to say to your child, but what I say is, night night sweetheart, I love you, you're okay, and I'm right outside, okay? And then I leave the room. Okay, so now when we first started, if she were to cry, you go in 5 minutes. So you set your timer for 5 minutes, you go in, you don't pick her up, you just say your command, you walk back out, and you repeat that process until she stops crying. Now, I was very lucky. Hailey was not one of those babies that screamed at the top of their lungs. I will say, I sat outside of her room the very first night and bawled my eyes out as she cried and as I had to go in every 5 minutes, just because you just want to hold them. You don't want to let them cry. The very first night it took about half an hour, and then we were pretty much good after that. Like, I think the next night maybe it was 15 minutes, and it just got better and better and better. And now I know that if she does things like that, something's probably actually wrong, because now when I lay her in her crib and do the whole process, she just goes to sleep. Like, I say, night night sweetheart, love you, you're okay and I'm right outside, okay? And then she just rolls over. You can see her kind of nuzzle in and make herself comfortable. So that's really nice that she's, cluing into it and getting it. So now I feel like I'm all over the place. Oh, okay. So then when we first started, though, she was still waking up, like I said, to nurse. And so basically what we did is we just cut out all of those nursing, because she was almost 6 months and she didn't need to be waking up, every 15 minutes or every, 45 minutes or even every few hours to eat. She just didn't need it. And so what we would do is, if she woke up before midnight, you say your command. If she woke up after midnight, before 5:30 in the morning, you would feed her. If she woke up after 5:30, you would wait until 6 to go get her. So you're not gonna take her out of her crib until 6 o'clock, and she has to be out of her crib by 7, so in the morning. So you put her to bed between 6 and 7 with her little routine. You feed her once through the night between midnight and 5:30, and then you get her out of her bed by 7 at the latest. But you will not let her get out of her crib until 6. And at first that really seemed really routine, really structured, really intense. And now that's just what she does. I will put her to bed between 6 and 7. She doesn't wake up at all to eat anymore. Never. And so she goes right from, 6:30, to 7 o'clock-ish, right until 6:30 to 7 o'clock in the morning. And that's it. She just does it. Because now she knows I'm not coming before then. Her body has trained her. She knows that she's sleeping that 12 hours, so she's going to be in her crib for that 12 hours. And she just does it, and it's fantastic. And it seemed weird to me to just cut out all the feeds, but that's really what she needed and really what helped. And so we cut out those feeds. It cut out all the gas issues that we were having. It cut out all the reflux issues we were having, and it was just fantastic. She's just a totally different person because of it. And so, yeah, so I would totally recommend sleep consulting to anybody who is willing to do those things. I know that that's something that you've totally got to feel comfortable with. Both you and your partner have to be on board with it. But it has been something that has changed our life. Like, seriously changed our life. I am a happier person all around. Hailey is happier, so much happier. Jacob is happier because he gets more of a happy mom during the day. My husband and I get more quality time because she goes to bed at a decent time. Like, she would go to bed at, like, say 7 and then be up, every however long till like 10 o'clock. So then we weren't even getting to sit and relax and watch a show at the end of the night. Like, now just everybody gets my attention because mom is getting sleep, if you know what I mean. So, and my free time, right? Because that's important for being able to raise your children, is having that free time from them in order to be a better, parent during the day. So anyway, guys, I hope that this information was helpful. I hope that I, got everything in there that I wanted to say. I will say that, yeah, again, when you're hiring a sleep consultant, you're really hiring them, not necessarily for what they implement, because that implement is very fast and very easy, and the kids get it right away. But she was able to tweak a lot of things with us, like the feeds in the night and the bottle before bed and certain things like that that we really needed the extra help with. She was able to guide us through that, and I really loved that. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. Thank you so much for watching and following along, and we will see you in my next one. Bye, guys. Okay? Say bye, guys.